the Dodge Durango 123. This is a 3-row family SUV, but this is no normal SUV that you know. This car can be driven on the smoothest roads. This car can also be taken to a dirt road and rough trails, and this car can be taken to a drag strip. This is one powerful, beautiful monster, and I'm going to review it. This is also one of the most powerful SUVs in the world. Now, the name Durango was coined from a state in Mexico, and it reminds me of a cartoon I watched when I was growing up, Durango. And that name gives it a sense of power, Durango. Now, what else gives it a sense of power? The appearance. Take a look at this really aggressive car. What else makes it really aggressive is this. The hood scopes and the vents on top of the hood. This is really breathtaking, and guess what? It's fully functional because this car puts out a lot of power. Now, speaking about power, let me tell you about the trim. Right here, I'm with a GT. Now, as the trim goes up, the more power it puts out. Going up, you have the RT. Going up, you have the SRT, which puts out more horsepower. Now, to the top of the trim, you have the Durango Hellcat, and that is 710 horsepower SUV. I've never seen a 710 horsepower in a family SUV. Bust my brains, man. Take a look at this. Dodge. Now, I really love Dodge cars. Now, the Durango first model was in 1998, and up to them, they've kind of maintained the same aggressive, just like the Challenger. If you know how the Challengers evolved, it kept that touch of the Challenger all the way from back down here, and that is what the Durango just did to this. You just put some touches of evolution you get from it. Now, if you also come here, you're going to see the coolest looking SUV lights I've ever seen. Now, this is really aggressive, at the same time really functional. You get daytime running lights here. Coming down here, you have LED fog lights and a lot of air intake to push in air into the combustion engine. Now, I'm not going to tell you about the engine until we get to that part, so let me keep you in a little suspense. If you don't know how powerful this is, we'll wait till the end of this video. Now, you also get blacked out 20-inch alloy rims, real cool looking, and I love the black touches on this car, on every part in this car, starting from here also. The side mirrors with blinkers, all blacked out. Come see what else is blacked out. Durango, fully blacked out, and the trim I have here with me, GT. Now, take a look at this lights. I love the way this bar, now many manufacturers have been making lights bars go all the way, and on an SUV it even looks really, really cool. When this is on, you're gonna know how it looks. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. You also get dual exhaust and 4 parking sensors at the rear bumper right here. You also get a rear spoiler with a brake lights attached to it. Come down here, you'll see a reverse camera and an electric tailgate. And it opens up really, really fast. Now, coming to the trunk, I thought I was going to be disappointed because of trunk space. Maybe the last row is going to eat into the trunk space, but no, this car is big enough. Now, you get 487 liters of trunk space right here. When you bring down this row, you now get 1,350 liters of trunk space. And when you bring down the next row, you get 2,392 liters of trunk space. You can pack your whole house inside this car and not be worried about space at all. And come see this bonus. More space! Now, it even gives you more space. Now, this is for like, you go camping and your boots are dusty or wet. When you put it in here, this all-weather mats, it's very, very useful, and you can just bring it out and wash it and it doesn't stain your car. Pretty impressive. Now, when you come here, you see a 12-volt socket here and hooks here for your grocery bags. And with the touch of one button, the tailgate closes. The tailgate closes. Wow. Now, let's hop inside. Let me take you on a tour of the inside of the Dodge Durango. Now, if you're kidnapped in this car and you take a blindfold, and the first thing you take a look at is this dashboard, you're going to actually think you're in a Dodge Charger or a Dodge Challenger. Yes, I get it's a Dodge car, so it has a similar look right here in front. I love the aesthetics of this car. Everything looks fine. Now, you have soft touch everywhere and the quality is decent. No wiggle plastic all around. The soundproofing of this car is quite decent. Also, the materials are crazy. Soft touch leather for your armrest. Now I feel very, very comfortable. The black color now complements it and makes it look. Now you get a 8.4-inch infotainment screen here with buttons. Now these buttons can look a little bit much, but they're kind of straight to the point. So you have sport, you have traction control. Everything is basically easy to use. Not like the big infotainment screens you get on cars nowadays, whereby you get confused when you're operating them and driving. Just straight to the point. Down here on the instrument cluster, I love the way it's glowing in red and white. Pretty nice. This steering wheel also feels good to hold. It is all stitched and leather, and you get paddle shifters. Although if you take a look at the back here, you're gonna see you have paddle shifters are kind of small, but that is because you have some buttons here, so they have to just make it small. But it's still, see, when driving it, it's still. I don't see a big deal making a big paddle shifter. This works for this kind of car. Here you have this this material. It feels like carbon fiber, but I don't know if it is. It also repeats itself here and here, and all over the car. And you also get some chrome bits here. And I love the way the chrome bits kind of partners with the black color, the brushed black color here. And it looks really nice. Down to the gear here. If you watch my reviews, you know that I don't really like this boots on gear shifts. But this, because of this gear, just take a look at this. This is how to shift this. It looks like like something in the private jet, in the fighter jet, and it feels really nice to hold. You get some kind of cubby space here, a 12-volt socket, 2 USB ports, an aux port here, an ashtray, 2 cup holders, small storage here, and it's kind of small because of this DVD player right here. If this was not here, you get quite enough space here. So this car is really practical for an SUV, and the design is really nice. The seats hold me in place. Nice ride height. See controls here for the tailgate and for the lights. You also get this for your glasses. Now the visors move all the way back. Yeah, it does. Now this is very nice. Now there's not much to show you in front here. Okay, you also get a Harman Kardon sound system, and down here on this bin you have quite enough space that will fit in like 2 big bottles. Really practical indeed. Now let me take you to the back. The back is where you know how this family SUV is, if it has enough space, if it's comfortable to sit in, if it's a 6-seater or a 7-seater. Now let's go to the back. But before I go there, this seat has enough bolsters that hold me in place. Let's take a look. I can drive in this car for as long as 7 hours, and I would not be comfortable. I will not be uncomfortable the slightest bit. Chrome bits around, AC vents, just wonderful. Now this is the second row seat, and this seat was in the position I was in when I just left, and I have massive knee room and massive headroom. I won't complain about space in this car at all. The back feels so good also. Now this is in the 7-seater configuration. You can get a 6-seater or a 7-seater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the middle seats feel comfortable as well. So you can sit here and go for very long distances, and you wouldn't complain about back pain. Now let me go back here. You also don't get a huge transmission hump right here on the floor, and down here you get AC vents for the back passengers and buttons here to control the heated seat, and 2 USB ports that are glowing so you can see them even in the night. Now when you raise this up, you have a DVD system right here, and you can just insert your disc in front and play a movie while you're on a road trip or something. And it's really cool. It's a really good option for this kind of car for your children at the back. So this is a kind of minivan. This is like people who want the space in the minivan and the speed in the Dodge Challenger. This is what this car parks for the buyers. And I told you in the beginning that people that buy this car are different kind of breed. People that know what they want. I really love my wife to own this car. So when I come back from school with my kids, they can drift around in the roundabout. You know, that's risky. Now I want to talk about space in this car and practicality. Let me go to the back and show you how the back is. Also, you get some climate control buttons up here. You get some lights here. You see? You can control them. And these are reading lamps for night. You also get AC vents here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in this kind of car, your back passengers are going to complain, hey, turn on the AC. I'm feeling hot in here. No. And this car doesn't even feel claustrophobic at all. Now let me go to the back. Let me show you how to get to the back seats. And let me show you if the back is as comfortable as you think. Getting into the back of this car is pretty easy. You have to just do two things. Pull on this lever right here. The seat falls down. You have a red latch here. You pull on it. It raises the seat up. Step in. Bring it down. Bring this one up. Voila! I have perfect knee room here. Decent headroom also. I have a cup holder here. I have a window if you want to look outside, even though the window doesn't come down. I have my AC vents. I have reading lamps here. So this is a perfect sitting position for anybody. I'm 5'11" and I'm sitting here and I'm comfortable. But if you're over 6 feet, you might have a problem. But I don't feel claustrophobic at all. Now to get out from here, you just have to pull on this red latch I showed you earlier. And this brings the seat down. You pull on the latch again. And you can now step out. And that is voila! Now let's talk about engine configuration. Under the hood of this is the GT, you get a V6 engine. The higher you go, the higher the engine, the bigger the engine you get. On the RT trim, you're going to get a 5.7 litre Hemi V8 engine, and that puts out above 400 horsepower. So this V6 actually works for this car because it puts out 295 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 in just 7.7 seconds. That is fast. For a car this heavy, really impressive, man. So this car is for sale. Every car review basically is for sale. You can just contact me on Instagram if you want to purchase one. So this is actually going for a discounted price, the 2019 Dodge Durango GT, just for 25 million naira. I believe it's the worth for your money for this huge, powerful, practical SUV. Just send me a DM on Instagram. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. This is Rettrodrive. I do car reviews. Make sure you like this video. Smash the like button so the YouTube algorithm pushes it all over the world so this gets like 100,000 views. I trust you to do that. Smash the like button and subscribe, and kindly share this video to your friends. And I'll see you next week.